Welcome to Hollywood 1960s TV, where the legends of classic television live again. For more than 6 decades, Coronation Street has carried the laughter, heartbreak, scandals, and quiet resilience of ordinary lives along the cobbles of Weatherfield. It became more than a soap opera. It became part of British memory, growing older with generations of viewers. Tonight, we return to Coronation Street and remember the stars who made this street feel like home. Ken Barlow is not only a character in Coronation Street, he is a living timeline of British television itself. Played by William Roache, born in 1932 in Basford, Nottinghamshire, England, Ken was 28 when the series first arrived on screen in 1960. From the beginning, he stood apart from the cobbles around him, thoughtful, educated, idealistic, and often caught between working-class roots and the larger life he imagined for himself. What makes Ken endure is that he was never frozen in one era. He aged with Britain, survived marriages, affairs, family grief, political hopes, and personal reinvention, becoming a mirror of time passing through Weatherfield. Roache's performance gave him restraint, pride, weakness, and remarkable continuity across generations of viewers. In 2026, William Roache is 94. His Ken Barlow remains unforgettable because Roache made one man's life feel like more than fiction, a quiet record of television history unfolding on one street. Rita Tanner is the warmth of Weatherfield, remembered in one voice, a woman whose kindness, wit, and quiet strength made the cobbles feel safer whenever she appeared. Played by Barbara Knox, born in 1933 in Oldham, Lancashire, England, Rita first appeared briefly in 1964 before returning full-time in 1972. Knox was 31 at her first appearance, and she gave Rita a rare emotional steadiness. She was never only the woman behind the counter at the cabin. Rita became a friend, a confidant, a survivor, and a mother figure to people who needed honesty as much as comfort. Her life on the street carried love, danger, loneliness, loss, and resilience. Yet Knox always gave her dignity without making her distant. Rita's strength came from ordinary decency, the kind that holds a community together quietly. In 2026, Barbara Knox is 93. Her Rita Tanner remains cherished because Knox made everyday kindness feel powerful, northern, and unforgettable. Sally Webster is ambition with a comic edge, a woman who began as a young wife on the cobbles and grew into one of Coronation Street's sharpest portraits of class, family, and reinvention. Played by Sally Dynevor, born in 1963 in Middleton, Lancashire, England, Sally joined the show in 1986. Dynevor was 23 at the time, and she made Sally funny because her dreams were recognizable, not ridiculous. Sally wanted more, better status, better respect, a better life for herself and her daughters. Her marriage to Kevin Webster, her motherhood, her social climbing, and her later political ambitions gave the character both comedy and emotional truth. Dynevor's performance works because she never mocks Sally's desire to rise. Beneath the pretension is vulnerability, pride, and a deep fear of not being taken seriously. In 2026, Sally Dynevor is 63. Her Sally Webster remains memorable because Dynevor made ambition feel flawed, funny, and deeply human. Steve McDonald is chaos with a loyal heart, a man whose bad decisions, failed romances, and comic disasters somehow made him one of Weatherfield's most lovable survivors. Played by Simon Gregson, born in 1974, in Wythenshawe, Manchester, England, Steve first appeared in 1989 as a teenager. Gregson was 15 at the time, and he brought a rough, youthful unpredictability that slowly matured into something deeply familiar. Steve became the kind of character audiences could laugh at, worry over, and forgive again and again. His life has moved through family struggles, business failures, heartbreak, fatherhood, and mental health storylines, Yet Gregson keeps him grounded in warmth. A confused look, a weary pause, or a throwaway line can reveal both comedy and sadness. Steve endures because he feels imperfectly alive. In 2026, Simon Gregson is 52. His Steve McDonald remains beloved because Gregson made failure funny, loyalty touching, and survival feel like a daily act. Kevin Webster is the working soul of the Cobbles, a mechanic with grease on his hands, pride in his garage, and feelings he does not always know how to explain. Played by Michael Lavelle, born in 1964 in Manchester, England, Kevin first appeared in 1983. Lavelle was 19 at the time, and he made Kevin feel immediately rooted in Weatherfield's everyday world. He was not polished or perfect. He was stubborn, quick-tempered, loyal, and often difficult in ways that felt real. His long relationship with Sally Webster shaped decades of drama, from young love and marriage to betrayal, divorce, co-parenting, and complicated affection. Kevin's storylines have explored fatherhood, illness, family loyalty, romance, and the dignity of ordinary working life. In 2026, Michael Lavelle is 62. His Kevin Webster remains unmistakably Weatherfield because Lavelle made him feel like the man next door, flawed, loyal, wounded, and real. Deirdre Barlow is heartbreak behind familiar glasses, a woman whose voice, vulnerability, and emotional storms became part of Coronation Street's soul. Played by Anne Kirkbride, born in 1954 in Oldham, Lancashire, England, Deirdre first appeared in 1972. Kirkbride was only 18 at the time, and she gave Deirdre an honesty that made audiences feel they knew her like family. Deirdre's life was shaped by love, mistakes, fierce arguments, marriage to Ken Barlow, her affair with Mike Baldwin, and a wrongful imprisonment storyline that became a national conversation. What made the character endure was not perfection, but emotional truth. She could be sharp, romantic, exhausted, funny, and devastated, sometimes all within the same story. Kirkbride made soap drama feel intimate, rather than exaggerated. She passed away in 2015, at 60. Her Deirdre Barlow remains unforgettable, because Kirkbride made a fictional woman feel messy, loved, and painfully real. Audrey Roberts is glamour softened by experience, a woman who arrived with style and sharp remarks, then slowly became one of Weatherfield's most enduring matriarchs. Played by Sue Nichols, born in 1943 in Walsall, Staffordshire, England, Audrey first appeared in 1979. Nichols was 36 at the time, and she gave Audrey sparkle without making her shallow. Early Audrey could be vain, flighty, and drawn to fun, but time gave her depth as Gail's mother, Alf Roberts' wife, a businesswoman, and the owner of the salon. Her stories explored family tension, widowhood, loneliness, aging, and the sadness hidden beneath polish. Nichols brought comic timing, elegance, and vulnerability, allowing Audrey to remain glamorous while becoming deeply human. In 2026, Sue Nichols is 83. Her Audrey Roberts remains one of Coronation Street's great ladies because Nichols made glamour protective, humor graceful, and aging honest. Emily Bishop is quiet decency with steel beneath it, a woman whose gentleness became one of Coronation Street's strongest moral anchors. Played by Eileen Derbyshire, born in 1931 in Urmston, Lancashire, England, Emily first appeared in 1961. Derbyshire was 30 at the time, and she created a character whose power came not from volume, but from restraint. Emily's faith, kindness, and sense of duty gave Weatherfield a calm center through decades of secrets, grief, arguments, and change. She was never simply saintly. Beneath the softness was intelligence, endurance, and moral clarity. Across more than 5 decades, Emily lived through love, widowhood, loss, friendship, and the small acts of community that make a street feel alive. Derbyshire retired from acting after a remarkable run on the show. In 2026, Eileen Derbyshire is 95. Her Emily Bishop remains beloved because Derbyshire made quiet goodness feel strong, necessary, and unforgettable. Betty Williams is comfort behind the bar, a familiar smile, a sharp word, and the kind of warmth that made the Rovers' return feel like a second home. Played by Betty Driver, born in 1920 in Leicester, England, Betty first appeared in 1969. Driver was 49 at the time, and she brought the role an ease that came from a lifetime of performing. Betty was not always at the center of huge drama, but that was part of her importance. She represented routine, gossip, friendship, kindness, and the dependable faces that make a community believable. Her presence behind the bar gave the street a softer heartbeat, one built from everyday exchanges rather than explosions. Driver continued in the role for more than 4 decades, becoming one of the show's most familiar and loved figures. She passed away in 2011 at 91. Her Betty Williams remains iconic because Driver made ordinary kindness feel warm, funny, and permanent. Roy Cropper is quiet compassion made heroic, a gentle, precise man whose awkwardness hides one of the deepest hearts in Weatherfield. Played by David Neilson, born in 1949 in Loughborough, England, Roy first appeared in 1995. Neilson was 46 at the time, and he made Roy different without ever reducing him to a joke. Roy's careful speech, moral seriousness, intelligence, and social uncertainty gave Coronation Street a rare kind of character, vulnerable, unusual, and profoundly decent. His marriage to Hayley became one of the show's most moving love stories, built on trust, acceptance, grief, and companionship rather than glamour. Through Roy's roles, friendship, loneliness, and loss, Neilson gave the character a beautiful stillness. Every pause seemed to matter. In 2026, David Neilson is 77. His Roy Cropper remains extraordinary because Neilson made kindness feel brave and turned a quiet cafe owner into one of Weatherfield's deepest souls. Leanne Battersby is survival with sharp edges, a woman who arrived in Weatherfield full of fire and grew into one of Coronation Street's most complex modern characters. Played by Jane Danson, born in 1978 in Bury, Greater Manchester, England, Leanne first appeared in 1997. Danson was 19 at the time, and she made Leanne impossible to simplify. She could be reckless, defensive, loving, angry, and desperate for a better life, often all at once. Her storylines have carried family conflict, addiction, romance, motherhood, grief, and the difficult work of rebuilding after painful mistakes. Danson's strength is that she lets Leanne be difficult and sympathetic in the same breath. The character's resilience does not feel clean or easy. It feels earned through years of struggle. In 2026, Jane Danson is 48. Her Leanne Battersby remains compelling because Danson made survival raw, imperfect, and emotionally truthful. David Platt is damage wrapped in sarcasm, a boy who grew up before the nation and became one of Coronation Street's most unpredictable, wounded, and layered adults. Played by Jack P. Shepherd, born in 1988 in Pudsey, West Yorkshire, England, David first appeared in 2000. Shepherd was only 12 at the time, and he gave the Platt family a darker, more volatile energy. As a teenager, David could be manipulative, angry, reckless, and almost impossible to forgive, but Shepherd slowly revealed the hurt beneath the chaos. That evolution made the character last. David's storylines have explored family trauma, mental health, fatherhood, violence, relationships, and survival after devastating personal pain. Shepherd's performance is sharp and often darkly funny, but strongest when David's humor cracks and the vulnerability appears. In 2026, Jack P. Shepherd is 38. His David Platt remains unforgettable because Shepherd made damage, wit, and redemption live inside the same man. Liz McDonald is glamour with armor on, a woman whose big hair, fierce energy, and protective heart made her impossible to ignore. Played by Beverly Callard, born in 1957 in Morley, West Riding of Yorkshire, England, Liz first appeared in 1984. Callard was 27 at the time, and she brought the role a bold physical confidence that filled every room. Liz could be loud, funny, impulsive, stylish, and fiercely loyal, especially when it came to her sons, Steve and Andy. Yet beneath the bravado was a woman shaped by difficult relationships, abusive marriage, heartbreak, loneliness, and the constant need to start again. Callard understood that toughness can be both performance and survival. As landlady, mother, lover, and fighter, Liz gave modern Weatherfield one of its defining women. In 2026, Beverly Callard is 69. Her Liz McDonald remains powerful because Callard made toughness glamorous, wounded, funny, and deeply loyal. Tyrone Dobbs is kindness tested by hardship, a man whose gentle nature survived disappointment, heartbreak, and the long search for belonging. Played by Alan Halsall, born in 1982 in Salford, England, Tyrone first appeared in 1998. Halsall was 16 at the time, and he made Tyrone instantly sympathetic because vulnerability was visible from the beginning. Tyrone was not polished or powerful. He was a young man who needed a home, and the street slowly gave him one. His work at the garage, his friendship with Kevin, his relationship with Fiz, and his role as a father gave him deep community roots. His storylines have moved through troubled romance, domestic abuse, grief, responsibility, and the effort to become stable after an unstable start. Halsall gives him sincerity even when he makes mistakes. In 2026, Alan Halsall is 44. His Tyrone Dobbs remains loved because Halsall made ordinary decency feel fragile, tested, and worth protecting. Mike Baldwin is ambition with a dangerous smile, a man whose swagger, charm, and ruthlessness changed Coronation Street the moment he arrived. Played by Johnny Briggs, born in 1935 in Battersea, London, England, Mike first appeared in 1974. Briggs was 39 at the time, and he gave Mike the confidence of a self-made businessman who knew how to win, wound, and command attention. His rivalry with Ken Barlow became one of the great long-running conflicts in British soap history, especially through his affair with Deirdre. Mike could be arrogant, romantic, cruel, funny, and strangely vulnerable, which made him far more than a simple villain. Across 3 decades, he became a symbol of ambition on the cobbles, proof that success could bring power, but never peace. Briggs received major recognition for the role, including a Lifetime Achievement Award. He passed away in 2021, at 85. His Mike Baldwin remains unforgettable because Briggs made charm dangerous and rivalry personal. Eileen Grimshaw is dry humor with bruises underneath, a woman whose sarcasm, weariness, and loyalty made her feel instantly real. Played by Sue Cleaver, born in 1963 in Barnet, Hertfordshire, England, Eileen first appeared in 1994. Cleaver was 31 at the time, and she created a character who seemed to have no patience for nonsense, yet far more heart than she cared to show. As a switch operator, mother, neighbor, and woman, surviving one romantic disaster after another, Eileen became a familiar voice of blunt honesty. Her relationships with Todd and Jason gave her deep emotional stakes, while her marriage to Pat Phelan placed her inside one of the show's darker modern stories. Cleaver balanced toughness with vulnerability, often using humor as a shield against disappointment. In 2026, Sue Cleaver is 63. Her Eileen Grimshaw remains memorable because Cleaver made survival sound sharp, tired, funny, and wonderfully human. Fiz Brown is resilience built from rough beginnings. A young woman who arrived with attitude and humor, then grew into one of Weatherfield's most enduring portraits of family loyalty. Played by Jenny McAlpine, born in 1984 in Bury, Greater Manchester, England, Fiz first appeared in 2001. 17 at the time, and she gave Fiz a grounded warmth that made her feel connected to the everyday life of the street. Fiz began as a foster child with sharp edges, but over time, her story deepened through motherhood, difficult relationships, emotional strain, and her long, complicated bond with Tyrone Dobbs. McAlpine lets Fiz be funny, stubborn, frightened, loving, and fiercely protective when family is at stake. She represents the possibility of building a home even when early life did not provide one easily. In 2026, Jenny McAlpine is 42. Her Fiz Brown remains beloved because McAlpine made strength ordinary, messy, loyal, and full of heart. Vera Duckworth is pure Weatherfield spirit, loud, loving, sharp-tongued, and impossible to separate from the emotional heart of Coronation Street. Played by Elizabeth Dawn, born Sylvia Butterfield in 1939 in Leeds, England, Vera first appeared in 1974. Dawn was 35 at the time, and she made Vera feel completely alive. Vera could argue, complain, laugh, scheme, forgive, and love with enormous force, especially beside Jack Duckworth. Their marriage became one of the show's most cherished relationships because it was noisy, imperfect, funny, frustrating, tender, and recognizably real. Dawn could turn a cutting remark into affection and a comic scene into something deeply emotional. Over 34 years, Vera became part of the show's soul. She passed away in 2017 at 77. Her Vera Duckworth remains unforgettable because Dawn made love sound loud, laughter feel lived in, and ordinary marriage feel legendary. Sarah Platt is youth forced into adulthood too soon, a girl who grew up under the pressure of one of Coronation Street's most dramatic families. Played by Tina O'Brien, born in 1983 in Rusholme, Manchester, England, Sarah first appeared in 1999. O'Brien was 16 at the time, and she gave Sarah a believable mix of vulnerability, fire, and confusion. Her teenage pregnancy became one of the show's defining modern storylines, making Sarah a young mother while she was still trying to understand herself. From there, her life moved through romance, trauma, family conflict, rebuilding, and the responsibility of raising Bethany while carrying her own scars. O'Brien never lets Sarah become only a victim. She plays her as impulsive, wounded, loving, and determined to survive. In 2026, Tina O'Brien is 43. Her Sarah Platt remains powerful because O'Brien made growing up in public feel painful, brave, and deeply human. Jack Duckworth is mischief with tenderness underneath, a pigeon-loving rogue whose laziness, humor, and quiet devotion made him one of Coronation Street's great comic hearts. Played by Bill Tarmey, born William Piddington in 1941 in Ardwick, Manchester, England, Jack first appeared in 1975. Tarmey was 34 at the time, and he gave Jack flaws that felt familiar rather than cruel. Jack could dodge responsibility, mutter complaints, dream of an easier life, and test Vera's patience endlessly, yet beneath it all was love. His marriage to Vera became one of British television's most beloved partnerships, hilarious because it was difficult, and heartbreaking because it was real. Tarmey's natural warmth made Jack feel like someone viewers genuinely knew. He left the show in 2010 for health reasons, and Jack's final scenes became an emotional farewell. He passed away in 2012 at 71. His Jack Duckworth remains beloved because Tarmey made mischief gentle and goodbye unforgettable. Bet Lynch is glamour with a leopard print edge, a woman who made the Rovers' return brighter, louder, and more alive every time she entered. Played by Julie Goodyear, born in 1942 in Heywood, Lancashire, England. Bet first appeared in 1966. Goodyear was 24 at the time, and she created a character unforgettable before she even spoke. Big hair, bold earrings, sharp eyes, and a wit that could stop a room. But Bet was never just style. Underneath the glamour was loneliness, disappointment, longing, and the survival instinct of a woman who learned to perform confidence, because life had not always been kind. Goodyear gave Bet humor and heartbreak in equal measure, turning her into one of soap's most iconic landladies. In 2026, Julie Goodyear is 84. Her Bet Lynch remains legendary because Goodyear made glamour protective, pain visible, and every entrance feel like an event. Maria Connor is gentleness strengthened by time, a woman who grew from youthful dreams into resilience, shaped by love, loss, motherhood, and survival. Played by Samia Longchambon. Born in 1982 in Eccles, Greater Manchester, England, Maria first appeared in 2000. Longchambon was 18 at the time, and she brought the role a softer romantic energy that gradually developed into something stronger. Maria's life has carried complicated relationships, heartbreak, family responsibility, professional growth, and her place within the everyday rhythm of Weatherfield. She is not always the loudest person in the room, but her emotional history has made her one of the show's most recognizable long-running faces. Longchambon gives Maria warmth and vulnerability, while also revealing a quiet toughness built from experience. In 2026, Samia Longchambon is 44. Her Maria Connor remains enduring, because Longchambon made gentleness strong, romance complicated, and personal growth believable over many years. Sean Tully is color, speed, and emotional openness, a man whose quick wit and theatrical confidence brought a bright modern energy to Coronation Street. Played by Anthony Cotton, born Anthony Dunn in 1975 in Bury, Greater Manchester, England, Sean first appeared in 2003. Cotton was 28 at the time, and he made Sean funny, lively, and instantly recognizable. But the character's place on the street came from more than humor. Sean's life has included friendship, romance, loneliness, fatherhood, insecurity, and the search for acceptance. As one of the show's openly gay characters, he became part of a broader shift in soap storytelling, where LGBTQ lives were woven into everyday community drama. Cotton gives Sean brightness, but also hurt when the mask drops. In 2026, Anthony Cotton is 51. His Sean Tully remains important, because Cotton made flamboyance familiar, loneliness visible, and friendship feel like home. Carla Connor is strength with shadows beneath it, a woman who entered Weatherfield with confidence, ambition, and a darkness that made her instantly compelling. Played by Alison King, born in 1973 in Leicester, England, Carla first appeared in 2006. King was 33 at the time, and she brought Coronation Street a different kind of power: stylish, sharp, guarded, and emotionally wounded. As a businesswoman connected to the underworld factory, Carla became an authority figure, but her strongest stories came from the cracks under that control. Her life has moved through complicated love, grief, addiction, illness, mental health struggles, and the exhausting burden of being seen as strong all the time. King's performance gives Carla magnetic stillness, letting viewers sense how much pain sits beneath the composure. In 2026, Alison King is 53. Her Carla Connor remains one of Weatherfield's defining modern women, because King made strength feel dangerous, vulnerable, and painfully earned. Gail Platt is survival behind a worried smile, a woman whose life on Coronation Street became a long journey through love, fear, motherhood, betrayal, and family chaos. Played by Helen Worth, born in 1951 in Ossett, West Yorkshire, England, Gail was 23 when she first appeared in 1974. She worked because she never felt untouched by trouble, yet somehow kept standing. Across the decades, Gail became central to the Platt family, carrying storylines shaped by difficult marriages, domestic danger, heartbreak, and the exhausting burden of holding a family together when everything around her kept falling apart. Worth never played Gail as simply tragic. She gave her humor, anxiety, stubbornness, and a fragile dignity that made audiences understand her even when her choices were painful. As daughter, wife, mother, and grandmother, Gail became one of Weatherfield's most recognizable survivors. In 2026, Helen Worth is 75. Her Gail Platt remains deeply human because Worth made resilience feel tired, funny, wounded, and real. Weatherfield may be fictional, but the memories it created are very real. Through Ken's quiet endurance, Gail's family battles, Rita's warmth, Deirdre's heartbreak, Jack and Vera's laughter, and every familiar face along the cobbles, Coronation Street became more than television. It became part of everyday life. Some stars are still with us in 2026. Some have stepped away, and many have sadly taken their final bow. But their stories still echo through the street. If this journey through classic television touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and stay with Hollywood 1960s TV, where the legends of British television live on.